A little about Al-Farabi's psychology and epistemology. Al-Farabi explores the conceptions of the soul and the individual intellect and the active intellect on the agent. Al-Farabi postulates the existence of a universal active intellect, which functions as the formal principle of the soul. It is responsible for generating the potential intellect of individuals, both the basic axioms of thought and the capacity to understand other intelligible notions. In other words, the active intellect illuminates the individual intellect, allowing the development of knowledge, but also the final cause of the individual intellect. It attracts the individual intellect to itself through acts of intellection, functioning as a model of perfection. The more the individual intellect dedicates itself to theorical activity, the greater its accumulation of knowledge, approaching the totality of knowledge present in the agent intellect. Al-Farabi argues that the individual intellect, even in its most perfected state, can only approximate union with the substance of the agent intellect. This idea is echoed in Aristotelian metaphysics, in which the intellects of the heavenly spheres imitate the prime mover, which is the pure intellect, in their desire to resemble it. For Al-Farabi, ultimate happines lies in this approximation to the ideal of the agent intellect. Principles of the visions of the citizens of the perfect state, in which Al-Farabi described the various faculties of the soul, following the model of Aristotle in De Anima. He highlights the presence of a nisa inclination or propensity concomitant with each faculty. For example, the senses react with pleasure or displeasure to what they perceptive, and the practical intellect. Al-Farabi emphasizes the role of the will in motivating social behavior. He distinguishes between the automatic response of animals to affections, attributed to the will in general, the conscious and deliberate response of human beings aided by the rational faculty called ikhtiyar. Al-Farabi's Epistemology and Psychology focuses on the interaction between the individual intellect and the active intellect as a process of seeking knowledge and happiness. Al-Farabi integrates Aristotelian concepts with reason. Al-Farabi emphasizes the immaterial nature of the intellect by contrasting it with other faculties of the soul that have physical organs. Al-Farabi, following the tradition of Alexander of Aphrodisias, identifies the heart as the governing organ of the body. Aided by other organs such as the brain, liver and spleen, the heart would be responsible for the innate heat necessary for the nutritive, sensitive and imaginative faculties. This conception seeks to reconcile the Aristotelian vision of the soul as form with the need for a physical substrate for vital functions.